there. I'm just, cleaning my dad's race car. Race cars are actually very dear to my heart because when I was younger, my dad would always drive me around in the passenger seat of his cars. He always had several race cars. He was so, enamored with sports cars, and so I just grew up on the base that thinking it was just very cool and interesting, and my childhood was basically based around that. I love that connection I had with my dad throughout my childhood, how he introduced me to these kind of things, because I don't think that many girls really are introduced to this stuff. And it's actually funny, I'm actually going to go to the Le Mans 24-hour car race in France this June, so I'm very excited about that because it's something very dear to my heart. It was a huge chunk of my childhood. And I'm just going to tell you, a little bit about why I think that car racing is so important. I just think that it brings in so many new technologies. It brings all people around the world together. Everyone's there for one reason. Everyone's basically, they're there because they're really passionate about their cars, which is how my dad has always been. He's always loved a certain color, a certain type, and it really portrays the kind of man he is. You can express yourself very uniquely with the kind of car you drive, I think. And so I just think that it's so international, it's so technology based, and it just, it opens a ton of doors to just a great vibe in general. But what I'm going to talk about today is that I wanted to talk about the movie Rush. So this movie that I saw recently is about the Formula One season in 1976 when James Hunt and Niki Lauda battled for the world title. I saw this movie recently and I thought that, wow, it speaks to me in so many ways. And so basically what happened in the movie was there was a gruesome accident that happened to Niki Lauda. And what happened was it changed the racers and everyone around them's lives forever, essentially. The purpose of the movie was basically that you should never get a big head and walk all over people, which is exactly what Lauda did. He was one of the best racers in the world, and he let it get to him, and he tried things he couldn't do, and he ended up hospitalizing himself very terribly. And so basically the lesson learned is that you should never walk all over people, and you should always stay humble, is my main point, because the people who you dislike, who Niki didn't like James Hunt, could end up being the ones who help you in the end when James was actually visiting his hospital bed and trying to get him back into the car. So basically just always be appreciative of the things around you. And a quote that I really liked from that movie was stated by Lauda. It was, it's impossible to perspire through a skin graft, so sweat will never run into my eyes again, which is good for a driver. And I thought this quote was great because it brings a little humor to the situation, and it shows that Lauda really, in the end, has become more appreciative, has become humorous, isn't so stubborn, and really recognizes what people around him did for him. And I think that was truly touching, and it was one of the greatest movies of all time. Thank you.